Good morning. It's a lovely Saturday morning, and I thought I'd spend a little while. Got my dog with me. I'm allowed to on this little patch. Thought I'd spend a while, see if I could find a few bits and bobs. What time is it? It is still fairly early. Yeah, 10 to 9 on a Saturday. Got to take the daughter to a birthday party in a couple of hours, but I might see if I can come back out after that as well. So let's see what we can pick up. Okay, first signal of the morning. Looks like it's around there somewhere. This land's just been drilled, so I've got to make sure I refill my holes properly. What's that then? Nice old musket ball. There you go. I don't mind finding musket balls. Right. You see who was clipped there, that. When he was being moulded. Okay, I don't think it ever hit anything because it's still pretty round, isn't it? Right, we'll keep moving on. Right, this is a real suspect signal, but always worth a go. That's sounding better, isn't it? Don't think it's very deep. Right, here we are somewhere. Looks a bit leady to me. Yeah, I think it's a big old lump of lead. That'll go in the lead box to the scrap man for Christmas. Right, we'll keep going. Nice little pewter button come up. Amazed how many buttons you find, isn't it? I wish I found gold coins as much as I found buttons. Right, we'll keep moving. Alright, got a big signal coming through here somewhere. Where did it go? I rather suspect another bit of lead. It's not in there, is it? Oh, a bit of foil or something, isn't it? Ah, an old cow tube, which is what I call these. They used it when the cows had mastitis, I think. Right, this is a kind of signal I like. A little bit lower. Don't know if you can see that there. Oh, it's not showing now. But it's around 64, 65. So don't think it's coke. Let's have a look. Oh well, a bit of old degraded lead, which is came up with a lower tone and a lower signal, which is strange. But again, you've always got to remain positive, so we'll keep looking. Okay, next signal. Let's see what that's going to give me. I know it's a bit close to the spade, but something there. Not deep, I don't think. Let's have a little look. Well, whatever it is, it's just there. I reckon a button. Oh no, Oh, now that's interesting. Seeing as I'm on an established Roman site where I found a number of Roman coins, it would be nice to surmise that that was something Roman. It could just be a circular washer bent out of shape. Whether we'll ever know is hard to tell, because I mean, it is small, isn't it? Difficult to say for sure on something that size. Haven't really seen anything like that that's Roman before, but you never know. I think I'll take that back and see if I can find anything similar. It appears, is that markings or is that just damage, you see? It's hard to tell, isn't it? Mind you, at least I got an audience while I'm working. And it's nice to see the old dogs taking no interest of him. Right, it sounds promising. Probably going to have to be one of my last signals this morning, but I might come back later. Let's see what we got. I don't think it's very deep. Let's have a look. I don't think that's very deep at all. See if we can scoop it. Or whatever it is, it's blooming small. Well, that's ridiculously small, but I know what it is. That's a fragment of a Roman coin. Admittedly, only a fragment, but it's a start. See if I can find one more thing before I have to get back, or I'll get in trouble. Okay, quick change of tactics, because I've taken my daughter to her birthday party and I thought I'd try somewhere different. This here, and going on just over there a bit, is a known Roman site, but it's only just been cultivated after about 10 years as being set aside part of the countryside stewardship scheme, which meant you couldn't detect it at all. So it's not been detected, probably if ever, for a good 10 or 15 years. And it is right next to a known Roman site, but you know what these things are like. We might find something, we might find nothing. Let's see what we come up with. I've got my fingers crossed. We might come up with some good stuff. Okay, first signal. That's a nice solid signal, and it's saying sort of 30s for coke, but I don't know. I still dig them sometimes. Hard to tell. I'll have a quick dig and see. It was just a bit of foil, but it does show that was reading the low 30s, so you've always got to be a bit careful. Alright, let's keep going. Gotta be honest, this ground is really rough. They must be planning on cultivating it some more, and getting over it is quite difficult. But we've got another find here, but I don't need to do any digging actually. It's popping away just there. And if we have a look on down, it's got a little button on the surface, just been turned over. So we're picking up, I'm not picking up an awful lot, I'm picking up a lot of iron. So I've only been here 10 minutes, I'll keep wandering and see what we come up with. Okay, first half decent find of the day, to be honest. An old buckle there, which I'll date as well as I can when I get back. But it's a bit of a dry day so far. I've not had any coins or anything, so I won't worry about recording anything that's rubbish from now on, and hopefully I'll get a few good finds I can show. At last, I'm right in the smack bang on where the Roman site's meant to be, and I've picked up something interesting. You can see how those two tang together there. Certainly not new, could still be medieval. Need to check it. But things are starting to look up. Well, I've seen some pretty bits of copper in the past, but it's not old. Because you've got your threads there, look. What do you reckon it was? A shower head or something from the 20s? Who knows? But I've never seen a bit of copper piping with that much decoration on it before. Amazing, isn't it? Right, this Roman site, I'm not getting a lot of on those ground conditions. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip across to the one I've done a few times that's still in stubble on the hill. That's not too far away, and see if I can get some luck there. My main aim today is simply to find a few coins and something of interest before the day becomes a bit of a washout. But I've got to keep positive. So I'll just walk across this bit back to the car and we'll see how we do. Right, fine so far today. I'm not looking fantastic, to be honest with you. I got that buckle, that's okay. To be honest, that's scrap, but it was vaguely interesting. I did pick up this earlier on, which is obviously a nameplate of some sort. I don't think it's particularly old. Probably the best part was on that Roman site, which I think needs to be cultivated and let to settle a bit more before we get a bit more. So I'm out on that old stubble field now. I've done a few times, and we're going to see if we can come up with at least some coinage of some kind. Get something that we can date a bit. So let's see if we can save the day. Basically, it's what, 2:30. Got to pick my daughter up at 5, so I've probably got a couple of hours. Well, I've been in this field for 10 minutes, and this is looking hopeful. Banging signal there, look, and I don't think I need to do any digging. I don't think it's a very old coin, but nevertheless, first coin of the day. And it's taken long enough. What have we got here? Just swap hands over on the camera. Yeah, it's not particularly old. But what the heck? We've got a date on there, it's a halfpenny in it. There you are. A 1900 turn of the century halfpenny. At last we have a coin to mark the day. Right, let's hope this is going to change our fortune for an hour. Funnily enough, another one on the surface. I'll pick it up and move it out the way, but it's pretty obvious what it is. Or maybe not, actually. I was going to say that was a cartridge cap. But it's not. It's not a cartridge cap, is it? Don't know what it is. Don't think it's particularly old. Z3555. Sorry, gone off the camera there. No idea. Sitting on the surface. Okay, we'll keep going then. Something is telling me this is going to be deep iron. Hear that twang? I think I might dig it anyway though, just out of interest. I don't believe it really, a button that deep. Still, it proves it's picking it up. Just found this interesting pin type. brooch or button. I have to see if I can find something similar to that home when I get home in the books. Certainly a couple of 100 years old at least, isn't it? It wasn't very deep either. So it's definitely worth coming across to this stubble field because the finds are certainly coming in a lot better. A marked brass strap of some kind is countersunk. Don't know, last couple of 100 years I'd have thought. Doesn't look that old. Okay, we'll keep going. I thought this might have been a coin to start with, but it's a button with quite a lot on it. Can't quite make it out at the moment. If you can, let me know. Because it's quite plain on this side. Something of interest to look at later, I think. Faceless coin of some kind. No markings on it, I'm afraid. Probably like a penny size, isn't it, looking at it? Well, I must be honest, I have had better days. But I mustn't complain, it's been lovely weather. I've lost a few calories after the fish and chips last night. I didn't video that when it came out. A bit of pewter pot. We had the buckle. That fairly modern 20th century, I expect, button when I look at it a bit later. We got our one of the two coins of the day, the other one being the faceless one. Well, I did find that half a Roman coin earlier. That's certainly what that is, because I got that from the Roman site, where I normally pick up a few coins. Don't really know. Could just be a standard copper ring. Could be Roman because it was found on the Roman site. Can't really say for sure on that one. Then we've got that we found on the other Roman site, but that was pretty empty. I need to wait for that one to be cultivated. Not sure what that is. I think that's just a piece of lead. And that pin stroke button, which I'm certain is pretty old. I'll search that in my button book. But not a total washout. Like I said before, you've always got to be positive about this. There is a bit of 20th century rubbish, to be honest, I found there that looked quite good when it was coming out. But I'm sure we'll find more on our next trip. So I'll get that catalogued up and see if there's anything I can identify before I upload it. And I almost forgot to add this thing. God knows, to be honest. Quite modern threads if we look at that, I think. I don't know if it carried anything like water on now because it's got a split look all the way up. So I've got no idea, even though it's contemporary. I wouldn't mind knowing if anyone's got any suggestions, just to satisfy my curiosity as to what that was, because I haven't got a clue. Could be a light fitting, I suppose, with the electrics going up through. That might be what it was. But if anyone's got any ideas, let me know, please. Afternoon. Yesterday was quite frankly not much of a goer really with the finds, etc. So what I've done, I've got my dogs with me. This little area here, we're going to do, it's quite a hot area, a lot of rubbish, a lot of iron, etc. But it's a good small area for finds. I found a couple of groats and some bits and bobs here, so it is quite good for that, and it always turns up something. So I'm going to put it on fast mode and see what we can find. Okay, find number one for today is a old button. But I've only been here for 5 minutes, so at least I'm finding something fast. This is a kind of trash you get in this field. Don't know if you can hear that, but that's where this detector is great at picking out the rubbish and the good stuff from the rubbish. Okay, we've got something here. Hear that beep just in amongst all the other stuff? Oh, Maybe something over there as well. But there's something just there. Okay, it's another half of a button, but it shows you how good this detector is at picking the good stuff out from the rubbish, doesn't it? Okay, I didn't bother recording every find, but my little jaunt into that medieval area produced this array of buttons. Although there is this one that is quite nice. He's quite old, he's got a nice pattern to him. But nothing yet really. I mean, it's nearly the whole weekend gone, and the only coin I've got is that halfpenny from yesterday. So what I'm going to do, I'm back on this stubble field, and I'm basically going to have a wander for an hour, because it's 4 o'clock on Sunday, and see what I can pick up before tea time. Just for a minute there my heart popped when that yellow came up. Never mind. I've only been out here for 5 minutes, so it's encouraging. It is encouraging. Probably got a name on it by the look of it. What is that? Let's have a look. Not quite got my glasses to see it too clearly. I'll check it out later. Right, let's keep moving on. Okay, that's of some interest. I'm just on my way back now actually. Picked up a blank coin, a couple of pins, I'll show at the end. Oh, and the most massive lynch pin you can see at my feet, look. I didn't dig that, that was on the surface, but I'll let the farmer have it. But yeah, so I'm finally getting something of some interest now. So I'm just going to remember where I am so I can come back here another day. Well, that's it for my weekend, to be honest. Sorry, zooming the camera in there. Although I didn't video it, you saw me pick up that button. That one with a nice gold gilt on it. I'll see what I can find out about that more later. There was this nice badge, I think that's a military one. As you can see, and I also picked up what will be a nice cat badge, I think. I haven't unwrapped it, I'll clean it at home. It does say Forces on it. So that's a lapel or a cat badge. And I've cleaned it up. A couple of faceless coins. That halfpenny there, that one and that buckle from yesterday. And it really has been the weekend of buttons, to be honest. So that's about it really. Could have been worse. I could have found absolutely nothing and picked up aluminium and rubbish all day long. I did pick up this, but I think that's a rather modern, or last couple of 100 years kind of tarpaulin type ring. I don't think it's very old. So overall, not a complete washout. Would have liked to have found a few more coins, but I honestly think the weather, all of the stubble fields I did, or the drilled fields, are so light and fluffy. You're not getting any depth really, and most of the finds came out of this stubble field, to be honest, where it's a bit more compact. So we'll see what we can find next time.